Do you claim to love God? If truly you love God, these are the 4 proofs that shows that you really love God. Number 1 is that you keep His commandments. When you love God, you must keep His commandments. John 14:15 says, Jesus said, if you love me, keep my commandments. Simple. Which means there is no way you will love God without keeping His commandments, keeping His words, obeying His instructions. As a child of God, loving God, you must do His will. You must obey His commandments. That's number 1 proof that you love Him. Number 2 is that loving your neighbor. You must love your neighbor. The Bible says God is love. Definitely, if you love God, you must definitely love your neighbor. You must love people around you. That's number 1 proof that you really love God. Number 3 is that going to His house, going to the presence of God. Psalm 122 verse 1 says, I was glad when they called unto me that let us go to the house of the Lord. Which means if truly you love God, you will love to be in His presence. You will love to go to His house to worship Him. You will love to go to the house of the Lord always. You will be glad to go to His house. Number 4 proof that really shows that you love God is that you preach the word of God, feeding His sheep. In John 21, Jesus asked Apostle Peter 3 times, Peter, do you love me? 3 times Peter said yes. Jesus said, okay, fine. If truly you love me, this is how I will know. You must feed my sheep. That means preaching the word of God. You can't claim that you love God and be ashamed to go for evangelism. You want to tell me that you love God and you are ashamed to preach His word to people. Definitely, if you love God, you must love Him wholeheartedly, preaching His word, telling people about Jesus. So these are the 4 proofs that shows that you love God.